Okay.
So,
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
yeah, so who wants to start us off besides the general hellos?
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Foxfire Podcast. I hope you're all doing well because we have some great topics to discuss, I am sure.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Do we?
I mean, a lot happened in last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
The whole internet has changed.
Oh, yeah.
And America's gone crazy.
Yeah. So, for those who have been living under a rock, Elon Musk did manage to buy Twitter.
He did.
Yep.
For
And
$44 billion.
The internet is in absolute chaos right now.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing.
Because, although people seem to, misunderstand what he can do right away when it comes to that kind of thing. Just because he has now bought Twitter doesn't mean that instantaneously he can bring back everyone who is wrongfully banned or whatever.
Right. I mean, at the most he's done so far is just lock down the source code so no employee can change it. That's all he's done so far.
Which is smart.
Which is a great idea.
Yeah.
But the reaction from the internet hive mind was as if Donald Trump won the presidency again. Not worse. I would even say it was worse than 2016.
Yeah, because people have gotten more and more radicalized.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to point something out to the people listening, if they're unaware. All Elon wants to do is be a champion of free speech.
Yeah, I've seen people make comparisons what's the main one that I saw? It's like Elon promising to make it so that people can't be wrongfully censored, and the extreme left is freaking out because they can't censor people anymore, but they don't want you to know that that's why. So they make up bullshit excuses like, oh, Elon Musk could have used that $44 billion to end world hunger, but you didn't really care about that before?
Elon Musk has said he would end world hunger if the UN would actually give him a way to actually do it with that money.
Yeah, it's not even a money problem. People don't understand that. World hunger is not a money problem.
No, it is not. There's a lot of logistical issues.
Yeah.
And, take all the food we sent to Africa, for example. It never makes it to the people's mouths. The warlords take it for themselves.
Yeah.
That's an issue to begin with. But it's... The people saying the people who are freaking out about this, just keep an eye on those people, because those are the people who don't want you to be able to talk. They don't want you to have an opinion of your own. Those people are what I would consider an enemy of free speech.
Yep.
To be fair, anyone who's willing to take away your rights, I would consider an enemy.
Oh, there's also, back when, people getting wrongfully banned was a widely vocalized thing, and it's died down since, but back when people were making a really big deal out of it, a lot of people were saying Twitter is a private company, it can do whatever it wants, and now that it's been bought by a person they don't like, they're now claiming that Twitter cannot be in the hands of one person and needs to be a public space, and make up your mind?
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I'm still saying that Twitter is a private company. It can do what it wants, regardless of owner.
But you're not an extreme leftist.
One thing I will forever laugh at about the whole Elon Musk buying Twitter thing is defeating the spam bots. Oh,
Yeah.
Elon, you sweet summer child.
Yeah, he's not. He's got his work cut out for him on that front. But I love how this all started because the Babylon Bee got banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
My thing with that is, if spam bots could actually be defeated, it would have been done decades ago, and the internet would be a better place for it.
Yep.
Yeah, spam bots are here to stay. It's a Hydra and situation. You take down one, two more come back to replace it.
Yeah.
My only hang up with the whole thing is I just see Elon Musk as another corporate bigwig, and I think it's going to be a case of the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
I do partially think there's some kind of conspiracy theorist hat right now, but there's more to it than just wanting free speech. I think there's something bigger we don't see yet that he's planning.
You know... Go ahead.
Like, Elon Musk has very often sued people and done terrible things to people that just did something or said something he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't quite the paragon of free speech that people make him out to be.
Yeah, people put him on a golden pedestal when he's petty.
He
He's a
is.
very petty. As much as I love Elon Musk, he's petty.
I would argue it's in human nature to be petty.
I know, but the one guy said his submarine idea was stupid, and Elon Musk tried to destroy his entire life.
Okay, I've never heard of this, but okay.
Yeah, it was when those I forget if it was Taiwan. I think it was Taiwan. The soccer team of little boys got trapped in a cave underwater.
Oh, I remember this.
Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk said he had an idea on how to save them with a mini sub. And the professional diver who was working to get these kids out said that's stupid. The submarine wouldn't fit in the cave, and it wouldn't. And Elon Musk went nuts, called him a pedophile, a lot of other things, and said he would bring him to court. And
Okay.
Elon lost in court.
Interesting.
For
Defamation.
word. Defamation of character, yeah. It was funny. It was funny as hell.
It's funny to watch. I don't know what I would call it, but it's funny to watch like people in the public eye go at it.
Mm.
But also, like, you know who the strangest person is that's supporting Elon right now? It's Jack Dorsey.
I know. Oh yeah, that is.
And I saw
strange.
one of my mutuals even tweeted out, like, this is either the strangest redemption arc in history or a sign that something is really wrong.
Yeah, because Jack Dorsey's the reason why Twitter became the monster it was. It's like you were part of the problem.
And shortly-
Mr. Beard.
My
I
theory...
thought I'd bring up that shortly before this all went down, Jack Dorsey admitted publicly that the way he handled Twitter was a mistake.
Yeah, like, my theory is that this is a redemption arc, and Jack Dorsey washed his hands of Twitter because he didn't like it anymore, and he approves of what Elon is doing.
I think that's what it all is. It's like Jack Dorsey realizes the mistakes he made.
Yeah.
And let's face it, it was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Censorship, no matter what side it's on, is a terrible, terrible thing.
Correct. Now, I will say, like, someone was, and it was kind of, I don't want to say proven fake, but it's pretty reasonable to think that it's fake because of some details about it, but, someone said that, Elon Musk blocked them for criticizing, and that was somehow anti-free speech, and I'm just thinking, no, that's not what free speach is. They still have a
isn't,
right to
no.
block you.
Exactly. It's not like he's a politician where they cannot block you.
Yeah. That
That
said,
didn't stop Donald
that,
Trump, though.
that said, the screenshot that was provided for this is pretty much 100% fake, because they still have the follow button on Elon Musk's profile despite being quote-unquote blocked, which that's not how Twitter works, so
Exactly.
that was
Like, why
shocked.
bother lying?
Yeah. Oh,
Are
and
they that stupid?
speaking of lying, God, who was it? Fuck, I forget his name. It starts with an S. But he, like, deactivated his Twitter account. People took screenshots, and then he came back like immediately, just to say that those people were lying. But
Oh, Malcolm. Malcolm.
no, it started with an
Thinking of
S.
Malcolm X. That's what they call him. Sean King.
Yes, Sean King.
Oh, Sean King. Jesus
Yeah, they
Christ,
just-
I remember him.
The world calls him Malcolm X or Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I've seen both of those.
He likes to think he's a person of color. He might be in his blood, but it's yeah. It's like that one woman who said she was black and she wasn't.
Which in turn reminds me of another joke that I've seen, where Sean King is just jealous that Elon Musk is actually African American.
Exactly, and it's true. He is. Elon Musk is, in all technicalities, African American.
South Africa is still Africa.
Yeah.
I just think that it's funny, and I'm looking forward tentatively to see what's coming, but also just this isn't gonna be an immediate fix, and people shouldn't treat it like one.
Oh, this is a.
It's a big step in the right direction, but it's not a fix by itself.
Exactly. And have you seen the United States government reaction to this?
Yeah, I remember that they did something regarding the laws of liability of a whatever. I don't remember the specifics. I just remember seeing, the U.S. government did something in response to this. Who cares? Let's move on.
Oh no, it gets worse. You're thinking of Section 230, and yes, they did. The Democrats now want to pull Section 230, which was a Republican talking point at one point in time. That will make it so Twitter, for example, can be sued for anything anyone posts on it.
Huh. I don't see that passing.
Democrats have control, so. Here's the worst thing. As part of the Department of Homeland Security, they are putting together a Bureau of Misinformation to combat misinformation. They're making the Ministry of Truth.
Right. Interesting.
Any 1984 fans here?
I've never actually read it. I just like to draw comparisons.
I pulled the book out of my room to reread it again. It's depressing. It's depressing. George Orwell is rotating so much in his grave, they can hook up a generator to him.
My only experience with George Orwell, unfortunately, is Animal Farm, and
Nah. You didn't like it?
It's not that I didn't like it; it's that it was too on the nose for me. It's it was.
That's the main complaint I've heard about, is that it's a little too heavy-handed.
It's pretending to be this allegory, this subtle allegory, and it's not remotely subtle.
Oh no, it's on the nose. I'm sending you guys in the voice contacts. This is the person who's in charge of the Ministry of Truth, by the way.
Oh boy.
And I cringe. But she's going to be determining what is truth and what's not. And she has already been on record of pushing disinformation.
Well then.
You send in the clowns.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to make of that. I just know that every time that something good happens for one side, there will be a push from the other side to invalidate it.
Well, I've said this before many times. I know I've said it many times on the podcast. When you pull the pendulum back so far in one direction, it will come swinging back hard in the opposite.
Yep.
And the Democrats, the current powers that be, are pulling it so far one way, when that pendulum swings back to the right, it's going to break the pendulum.
Yep.
Balance of power will forever be broken.
I feel like that's just the pattern of American politics, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I think this time it's going to break. Something is going to break sooner or later.
Which also is the pattern of American politics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Happened in the 60s, happened in the 90s, happened...
Yeah, but I think it's safe to say when Donald Trump became president, that really changed the way politics work.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's roughly every 30 years that American politics has broken apart, hasn't it, Ben?
Yeah. Basically
And
every
we're
generation.
coming on that 30-year mark again.
Basically every generation.
Mm-hmm. And like I'm not one to play prediction with politics. I really feel like we're about to see a huge conservative swing because what's the current Gen Z? Is that the young kids?
Yep. I think they're starting to reach adulthood.
Okay. The voting. They're currently becoming voting age.
Yeah.
They're all heavy conservatives. There is a more heavy conservative view in Gen Z than any general.
I would argue this on the basis of there are a lot of 14-year-olds on Tumblr and Twitter and stuff that think there's something they're not.
14-year-olds can't vote. I'm going by the registration numbers.
Okay, but like that's not too far removed. I mean that one, they're going to be voting age very soon, and two, the people who are becoming voting age are not that far off from the 14-year-olds on Tumblr and Twitter and stuff, and in some cases they are the same people.
Good point. It's still safe to say that there is a huge red pill going on.
Yeah.
I hate saying red pill. I always thought that was the cringiest shit in the world.
Really?
I always thought it was a bit cringy. Red pill, black pill, blue pill, white
Well, okay,
pill.
well the black pill is cringy because that's just incels. The blue and so the blue and red pill, obviously that comes from the Matrix. It was supposed to be like an allegory for transgenderism, and then it kind of got adopted by the right to, in the definition we know it now. And I remember, like, I don't remember who it was, but I remember that a couple of big name conservatives were joking about, or not really joking about, but like using the term red pill in the context that it's used in politically. And one of the directors of the Matrix told them to fuck off.
Oh, yeah, one of the Wachowskis.
It was funny.
That is funny. Like, it's...
Speaking of stuff like that, I actually do get really annoyed at how a lot of conservatives just stick to something and you just like shut up.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
The whole let's go Brendan thing. I am so tired of hearing about that.
That was funny for all of a month, and then it got like...
Yeah.
And all the conservative pundits are still just like obsessed with it to this day.
This stuff is really at the root of my get new material right wingers stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say at least we can meme.
The right claims the left can't meme, but the right also pulls a me and reuses the same memes over and over again for 3 years.
Really
Oh, yeah, we do. We will recycle. Hey, at least we recycle.
As someone who does that a lot, that can be a bad thing.
It's good for the environment, though. We're green thinkers in the end.
Okay, well, there's... on one side, you have the same joke like 12 times, and on the other side, you have a gigantic wall of text. And I don't know about you, but I take the same joke repeated 12 times.
Yeah.
Hey, I am proud of my vocabulary. I will wear that giant wall of text with pride.
Too long didn't read. That's what it becomes. It's just too long didn't read.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even if you do read it, it's not funny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one far lefty meme that made me chuckle.
Yeah, because what it comes down to at the end of the day is it's kind of like over-explaining a joke, except it's not explained because an over-engineered
joke,
I guess.
For no one.
Over-engineered joke.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, this would be a good place for a blacksmith.
I am a simple meme lord. I see a bunch of Ben Shapiro small face memes and I laugh.
No, I'm this is like getting me kicked out of the right-leaning circles. I'm not a fan of Ben Shapiro.
I don't know anything about him to have an opinion on him.
I just don't like pompous people.
And let me put it another way. Ben Shapiro is the type who thinks that you should pay attention to him and treat what he says as truth just because he's Jewish or gay.
Yeah, he's not gay.
He is really annoying.
He is. You nailed it. You nailed it with that description.
I nailed it because I know of another person like that, and that's the fucking Canadian equivalent, Ezra Levant, who thinks you should pay attention to him and treat what he says as gospel just because he's Jewish. He has actually said that. It's really annoying.
I hate it when people use their religion or their race or their class, I guess, as a superiority point. Like,
Yeah.
How do I say this? It makes bad stereotypes of a. Oh, no, that's not working right either. Yeah, it's just bad. If your whole selling point, your whole personality, is the race you are or the political party you are, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just a lot of political pundits in general.
It doesn't matter what side. It doesn't matter what side you're on. People will do that.
Yep. And like, I've gotten to where I just hate Fox News, mostly because like, that's basically all my stepdad watches. Fox News. All day, every day. Fox News. And he has just gotten so much worse to be around as a person. He gets angry over the littlest things, and he's even like I noticed this a while back because he's gotten this interesting way of talking where he'll just randomly say parts of words louder than other words, like a lot louder too. And it's kind of arbitrary and random which parts that he chooses to do that with. And I realized it one day when I went down to do laundry, and what do you know, Fox News was playing, and I think it was Tucker Carlson that was on, and it was the exact same way of talking.
Okay, I've noticed that. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
And it just kind of dawned on me, holy shit, that Fox News is even changing how my stepdad talks.
Okay, like I've noticed that people in general tend to very quickly adopt the mannerisms of the people that they surround themselves with, and that includes things like vocabulary and syntax and stuff like that. Like, I cannot count the amount of times that someone in Zedge has added something to my general vocabulary because they used it.
But it's like Fox News has completely changed my stepdad's personality. Like, I used to enjoy, hanging out with him, and now I dread being around him because he's just
Yeah.
That sort of stuff is why I will always disagree with the idea that the right doesn't have as much power. No, they have right about the same amount, because in media, reach is power. And what does Fox News have a lot of?
Okay, but I will argue on the basis of most of the mainstream media is generally biased towards the left, and they have a lot more reach in total than Fox does individually.
There is only one
Debatable.
conservative news network.
I feel like with Fox News, they sort of try to create these cults of personality with all of their pundits, all of their presenters. And, you know, more so than what the liberal media does.
I don't know. CNN kind of has a very culty way they go about things. Especially like Joy Reid or Don Lemon or what's the one who was jacking off on camera?
I don't remember his name.
And they brought him back, but he's a very culty person too. And what's that other one? I can't remember his name. He's bald, heavy set. Tip of my tongue. Fuck it, I can't remember his name. But he's an interesting person, to say the least, and I don't mean that in a good way.
I've seen like my stepdad talk with, you know, other conservative-leaning people, you know, who their favorite presenter is on Fox News. Like, they're some fucking Pokemon, you know. And I mean, that's what it feels like, though. You know, like little kids talking about their favorite Pokemon. That's what Fox News feels like sometimes.
I mean, I can understand that, and as someone who comes from a conservative family who does watch Fox News sometimes, we don't do that. That's a little. I've never heard people talking like that before. That just makes me kind of. I don't know, Pokemon. The whole Pokemon analogy has me laughing so hard.
That's what it's like, though.
I love it. I love it.
Honestly, though, like I'm mutuals with a lot of conservatives that also hate Fox News.
Like, I'm not a fan. I can't say I'm a fan of Fox because propaganda's propaganda.
Yeah,
It's just as bad as CNN or MSNBC.
Mainstream,
you're not gonna get the truth either way.
Mainstream media is propaganda, and it doesn't matter what side you're on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On the same token, some popular alternative media is also propaganda.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by alternative media?
What?
What do you mean by alternative media?
Places like Gab.
Stuff like,
Oh, okay.
not even just that, like stuff like Newsmax, One America News, Rebel Media.
Oh, those
None of
things
which
are
I've heard of.
creepy. I've only heard of One America News, and honestly, that was a creepy channel. It's like if Fox was actually a cult.
Yeah.
My dad is My dad is military right wing. Even he said that's too much.
Yeah, like
Also, conspiracy theory hat time.
oh boy.
Favorite.
You know that it's weird when Nate is doing the conspiracy thing.
So I fully believe that when some, you know, story breaks out or whatever, all of the heads of all the different media companies, CNN, Fox, NBC, whatever have you, they all come together and decide who says what.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
I
true.
firmly believe that.
I
think that all of the debates that you see on these, you know, on all of the networks is just for show. I think it's to get America riled up, to get people fighting about what the right thing to do is and everything. all just theater.
Is that why we've
It's all
basically
entertainment,
gotten?
that's all it is.
Is that we've gotten basically no coverage on food processing plants getting burned down?
No, that's because that's part of the that doesn't fit any of the narratives.
It's irrelevant to politics.
Exactly. Even though it might be politics, that's actually now this is really conspiracy theory hat time. It might be the powers that be doing this just so they can have their food shortage. That's just me. And have conspiracy theories ever been right? Biden's laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop.
To be absolutely fair here, you know, the world's kind of gone to shit since 2012.
Oh yeah, world's ended. We're all in purgatory. World's ended. We're actually all dead.
And like I found an interesting bit of information on why people had the December 21st, 2012 thing.
I think it was. Yeah.
And that's like because obviously the Mayan calendar works in cycles, and what the cycles are is like the downfall of a particular like world empire so that another one can rise. And honestly, like, it's kind of lining up a little bit because the Western world dominates the planet, and it's kind of falling to pieces right now.
Oh, yeah, it really is. And that just scares me because does that mean China's going to be in charge of the world now?
I mean, not necessarily. Like, the Western world is basically the Americas and Western Europe.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, it could be Australia.
Oh god, no, that's worse. You see what they've been doing during the lockdown?
For all we know, it could be Ukraine.
I love it how all... I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, that's probably not something that we can say on YouTube.
Nah.
After party.
Nah.
After party.
Yeah, that's an after party talk. I love it. You probably know exactly what I'm about to say.
We know each other well enough to know what we're about to say.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
The world's getting crazy and crazy.
It really is.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't like it. I want to go back to pre-COVID times and go back to normal.
Same.
Did you hear that Fauci says America's officially out of the pandemic?
I did hear about that.
I did not. I'm surprised that they're willing to admit it.
And then Jen Psaki immediately said during a press conference, she's the White House mouthpiece, we're not out of the pandemic.
No, we need to exploit the citizens a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, mark my words. Come near November, there is going to be a new variant of the virus that is so devastating. We have to go back into lockdowns and have mail-in voting.
You know, like, China's in, or at least, like, Shanghai is in total lockdown.
Oh, it's quite a few cities in China.
Yeah. Well, I know Shanghai for sure because, like, Arknights had their 3rd anniversary Chinese stream, and, verging away from politics for a bit, Lowlight, who is the main developer of Arknights, is such a fucking meme. Like, he, like, in a previous stream, he was doing this, like, spinny wheel thing, I don't know what you call them, where he was picking, prizes, or, like, just freebies to give to the player base. And the other, like, Arknights, or rather, Hypergriff is the company. The other Hypergriff staff had to stop him from rigging it so that it would always be all prizes. So on... What?
I was just laughing.
Okay, like you guys were kind of like starting to laugh in the background, like I thought I was missing something.
No.
But anyway, the
I just
other
like the
hypergraph
fact that
staff
he
had
was rigging
to
it.
stop him from rigging it so that the wheel would always land on all. So in the third anniversary live stream, Lowlight was basically doing it from home, and no one was around to stop him. So he had this like little Lego box with these like cards in them where it just had little drawings of the prizes, and he pulled a total of 4 times. And the first time was the card that said all. The second time was a card that said all. The third time was a card that said ×2. And then the fourth time was a card that said all.
So he rigged it.
Yeah. And like they are leaning so hard into this low light meme that China is getting a limited like furniture thing that is just one of those spinny wheels, and all the pieces on it say all.
Nice.
That's cute. That's actually really cute. Is there a zombie underneath this?
But yeah, my point was that like Hypergriff is based in Shanghai and they're in total lockdown, so Lowlight had to do the anniversary stream by himself.
And that lockdown's been like a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think going on a month.
Because I remember watching a video where, sort of in protest of it, people were literally screaming out their windows.
Oh, that was planned? I thought
In
that was
unison.
people going mad.
No, it was... Well, it wasn't so much planned as so much it kind of just came together.
I remember seeing videos on that, and they're the West was painting it as this is the horrors of going on the Chinese lockdown. Like, that was
As
a
far
planned
as
thing.
I know, it was just kind of this protest of the lockdown.
Well, I'm sure those people have a nice disappearing act going on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, China bad.
Kind of bad.
Chinese people
That's where I
good,
can put it.
China bad.
Exactly. CC, is it 3 seeds?
I think so.
2 C's.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Chinese
CC,
Communist Party, yeah.
Oh, CCP.
Let me say it in a way I can actually understand. Commie bad, people good.
Yeah.
People get shocked that I'm so anti-communist.
See, like for a total of like 2 years, I was pro-communism because I didn't understand what communism was.
Oh, same here. I had my moment in 4th grade where I thought communism was the bee's knees.
For me, it was like I want to say 8th and 9th grade.
See, we had that young, thankfully, and we grew out of it.
Yeah, but like I've probably said this before on the podcast, in fact, but the American history curriculum is structured in a way that I don't know how intentional it is, but it makes people think that communism is good because it's not fascism.
Exactly.
Because the way that we were taught is that Soviet Russia was communist, Germany was fascist, and they made it a very clear point to say those are not the same thing. But for some reason, they also threw in the idea that fascism is capitalism, and that's not true.
Yeah, that's more recent
No, it's
than
not.
madness.
Yeah. But like it sort of like makes this effect where people associate socialism taken to an extreme is communism. Communism is the opposite of fascism, which where did we get that from? Fascism is the extreme of capitalism, therefore fascism, because it's bad, the opposite of fascism is good. Fascism bad, communism good. It's just this weird, entangled, mental jungle gym of
Yeah.
like misinterpretation and misinformation. And this is directly in the United States, or not the United States, but like just the world history curriculum for at least California.
Oh no, New York too.
I had Christian school curriculums, so.
So did I. Our history was kept separate from religion class, so we had proper history class with my school, and we learned pretty much the same exact way, even though our history teacher said this was bunk. And our history teacher, mind you, was an extreme leftist, but he had brains and did not like the communists either. He made sure to point out the genocide they committed, that Stalin committed on his own people.
Yeah.
And not that it excuses Stalin, but like a lot of his issues come from his childhood and how shitty of a childhood he had.
We could say the same thing for Hitler.
Can I interrupt for a minute? I would like to interrupt for a minute. I'm listening to an Arknights music playlist at the moment, and I would like people to just like listen to this for a minute. And like, I'm pretty sure that Arknights is not the entity that wanted the song made. I'm just a little mildly confused. Because I'm pretty sure that this is not a song for Arknights.
And that's a pause. Arknights has pretty good music to begin with, but that doesn't seem like Arknights music.
Yeah, because like...
I've been playing it.
What the fuck? Just total what the fuck right now. All of a sudden, Elliot posts in the politics channel, and he deleted his messages immediately.
Well, that could be one of two things.
But like I don't know if any of us have heard from Elliot in like actual years.
This is a conundrum, it sounds like.
Interesting. I'm very
surprised he was still there.
Yeah, I'm just... What the fuck is happening today?
Was that in Sardonyx or...
Yeah. You won't be able to see because, like, he deleted his messages and the audit log caught it, but Giga and I are the only real people that can see the audit log.
Is it something worth sharing?
No, it's just he was commenting about some edit of the pride flag, and okay then.
Okay.
I'm just...
Oh yeah, that is a stupid edit. That last.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like we haven't heard from Elliot in who knows how long, and then he just suddenly appears to comment in the politics channel, and then immediately delete his messages.
Weird.
That is weird. That's a weird way to say hi.
Yeah. And
so,
okay, whatever.
There was an edit to the pride flag recently?
They just like stuck the Basically, black people are on the pride flag twice now, so it is now twice as gay to be black as it is to be gay.
Even though really it should be on there 0 times, but apparently we're idiots.
I'm so confused by the whole why does the pride flag look like the Palestinian flag now, but that's just me.
Yeah. But, like,
You do you, boo-boo.
why are black people even on the pride flag? Like, since when is being black a sexuality?
I know!
Well, I mean, there are, Pornhub categories for that.
Mm.
I don't think that's the
That
same
makes
thing.
me feel better about it, thanks.
If only I had a working camera so you could see how far into my face, in fact, how far into my hands my face was just planted.
Especially the fact that I'm the one that said it.
Yeah, dark is basically my mood. Thanks, man.
And before people yell at us, Giga is black, so...
Yes. When I said this cast is diverse, I was not fucking
Yeah.
joking.
No, but I was just making a reference to the fact that whenever you see like maps of the most popular searches on any porn website, one of the most popular will always be ebony.
I was thinking of something else.
No,
I guess that
it's
works,
usually step bro and step sis kind of stuff first.
Sure,
Have a
let's go with
weird
that.
incest fetish. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Very curious.
Sure you were.
What do you think are the more popular Pornhub searches, Kalian?
Well, one of them begins with L and is a sexuality.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely popular. Yeah.
I am honestly shocked because I see a lot of people searching it.
You're kind of
Everybody likes
forgetting that, like, 3 of us are asexual, and
including the one that referenced Pornhub and has never been on Pornhub.
And here's where we see me fucking embarrassing myself.
yeah,
No.
no,
You're fine.
you're okay, Targets. This is what the podcast is.
Yeah,
Controlled chaos.
Yeah. And me regretting opening my mouth to say something because it brings up questions.
So, next Foxfire After Dark special.
We just discussed fucking Pornhub search tags for hours.
You know,
No.
just for the content, I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, that would actually be hilarious.
Because, okay, look, I have words about that kind of thing, but there's never ever a good time to just, talk about it, so, yeah.
Oh, that's not true. The Pornhub does release, I don't know when at the time of year it is, but they do release their most searched topics by country.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Don't worry, we'll just worry about it during the after party.
no doubt.
Sure, why not? We need to get another After Dark episode out anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Because-
That one we had the idea for our what was it? The BDSM test shit.
Oh yeah, we never did that.
No, we never did.
We could theoretically do that after this session.
Like, you'd have to send
It
me the
doesn't
link,
take that
but-
long.
No, I think we should do that live, like on camera and stuff.
I don't do camera.
No, not our face. Screen capture. I say on cam, I don't mean face.
Okay. But, my point is that we could just do that after this recording session because it doesn't take that long.
Okay. Then we can discuss how degenerate we all are.
Yep. I still fucking love the thumbnail that I made for my After Dark episode.
Oh yeah, that was
great. Perfect.
And it's because
Oh,
Nate happened to zoom in on that face.
Whatever that Pokemon was.
I mean, it wasn't
Palpitoad.
even happened.
It's
It was
Palpitoad.
yeah. Like, there was a reason I did it. I don't remember the context very well, but like,
Had a rape face.
To
I
be
don't
fair,
remember.
to be fair.
Oh shit. Okay, so I understand. We're going to do the test after we record, and then we'll go over it for another special sometime later.
Sure, but we could also just do the test on camera.
Okay, so I'll just record an extra episode.
I guess.
I'm just trying to make sure I know what we're going to do.
Okay. I mean, we can also hash out the details after this.
Mm-hmm.
God, we've only been going for an hour.
Oh, really? It hasn't even
Right.
felt like an hour yet.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm so glad none of my parents watch my show.
I mean, it's felt longer than an hour for me, but that's probably because I got out a few things I've been wanting to say for a while.
Huh?
Well, what else can we talk about that isn't just a political minefield?
I don't think there is anything that isn't a political
Yeah,
minefield
realistically,
anymore.
very little.
I'm trying to think of something.
I mean, I could start talking about the Arknights event that started today.
Oh, I when I got my new phone, I downloaded it.
Have you played it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Eh,
I'm going to be honest with you. I hope you're not mad for me saying this. Not a fan of it.
Okay, it's one of those games where you... Well, how far did you get in it?
Completed the tutorial. Was
That doesn't tell me anything, because the tutorial is pretty spread out.
good. Yeah, that's the problem. The tutorial story, I guess. It's like I'm no longer on 0-1. I'm like on 1-1 now.
The game does
It's
pick
just-
up from this point, I would say. Also, like, honestly, don't read the story unless you want to go through hours and hours of stuff at a time. Like, I would just focus on the stages first, and then when you feel like reading the story, read the story, because it does get
Well,
really good at about chapter 5.
When I realized the story was just your basic anime schlock, I kind of toned it out.
I mean,
I will say two things though about the game. The art is phenomenal.
Yep.
And the music is great.
Yep. Those are the main draws of Arknights, honestly. The story is shit until about chapter 5, but after chapter 5, it does really pick up speed. And as far as the gameplay, I don't know if you're a tower defense fan, but I definitely was not until I played this.
I can't say I am and I'm not. It just I don't know. It just didn't vibe with me. It didn't hook me. I'll keep playing it. And I can see why the gotcha mechanic's addicting, because once you get one of those gold sparkly boys, it's nice. The 5-star sparkle.
Oh, who did you get for your free 6-star?
Oh, I didn't get that far yet. I don't know. What does that mean, free 6-star?
In the beginner banner, you are guaranteed a 6-star in your first 10 pull.
I didn't get it done yet.
Well, okay, so what you want to do when you get back into the game is go to the Headhunt tab and look for the banner that looks green, basically.
It was some chick who looked like a knight with wings and a gun.
Oh, you got Exuzii? Or Exu, whatever. She's actually
Name
really,
sounds
really good.
I feel like I wasted my tickets then.
Or tickets?
The headhunting tickets.
Oh, you didn't waste them. Exu is incredible, and also like we just started an event today, so if you haven't played today, definitely play in the next couple of hours because you have some free rolls for the event banner, and they do not roll over. So, it's like one free roll a day, and plus you get a free 10 pull at the beginning.
Okay. I know the 5-star I got was really good. Red Hunter, Red Wolf, or something like that.
Oh, Project Red.
Yeah, Project.
Yeah, she's
I
good.
leveled her up, and she wrecks everything that comes out.
She's better at Elite 1, which is basically just part of the leveling system. But yeah, she is a really good 5-star to have. You should also have like free 5-star ticket things in your inventory.
Have some, yeah. What?
Well, in your inventory, aka what is called the depot on the home screen, you have selector tickets. Okay. That, given that you have red, I think you might have used one. But there's another that lets you choose from a wider range.
Okay. I'll look into it later.
Okay.
But now, like I said, I haven't really progressed that far. I did the tutorial story, built the base, which was kind of that threw me a bit to have basically not Minecraft, Fallout Vault Dweller in the game.
Yeah, the base gets really handy later on because it is basically going to be the source of most of your money and experience.
Okay, like that's what threw me at first. I was like, I wasn't expecting this in the game at all.
Yeah, we're getting another entire game mode at some point soon too. I say soon, but that's like in the relative space of how we get events and stuff. We basically get a roguelike type thing.
Okay, you have me. I'm interested. Is it still tower defense, or
yes.
will it be actually like? Oh, okay.
It is still tower defense, but it is very fun, and it doesn't even cost any energy to use. So.
I was picturing like Metrovania kind of stuff, and I was like, that was a cool addition. But like I said, like once I got my new phone, I tried it, and I'm playing it mostly for the art right now because I want to see more characters. It's like there was one I was hoping to get when I got Project Rod.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. It started with an S-U-Z something.
Suzerain?
Yes. That's what I was kind of hoping for because I thought that was cute.
Oh, wait, so you rolled on Suzerain's banner? And you got red?
Well,
or what?
Yeah, I guess. She was on the banner, and so was that wolf dude. I think he was a wolf, the one with the cane.
I
don't know.
Wolf dude?
I don't know what he is. Everybody's an animal-human hybrid in this game, except for Dog the Bounty Hunter for some reason.
Well, no, most of them are Kimono Mimis, and then there are some that are just their race is angel or devil or some shit like that. You know, there's like 4 species of dragon.
This is the most anime bullshit game I've ever seen.
There's like 4 species of dragon, and yet everything that has wings is a bird, including griffins.
I didn't see no bird people. I want some bird people on my team.
If you were looking at the Suzerain banner, the person that you think is a wolf is a hippogriff.
Oh! Okay. That's cool.
Which means he's a bird.
Yeah. I would still get blue stacks and just emulate Arknights, and I could probably help guide you if you were to stream it.
I'm going to be fair. This is going to sound crude. This is a toilet game for me. Like, I like to play this. The phone. It's like that kind of phone game. It's like perfect just to kill time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
How do I add you as a friend on there?
You go to... Well, on this home screen, there is a place, or there's a button that just says friends. You click that, you go to add, and then you type in my username, which is case sensitive. And
Okay.
as soon as I get through this fucking dialogue. Okay.
Are you level 50, I assume?
Nope.
Okay, so that wasn't you I found. I did search. But I was like, I don't know if it's you, so... Okay, I'll remember that.
Okay. I'm level 90 something.
Ow. Ow. One thing I wasn't expecting is the sanity, or whatever that's...
Yep.
That's common in gacha games.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and that kind of threw me as well. I always hate that for, like, any type of mobile game. That just irks me. I understand the whole point of it. I need water.
Oh, by the way, Kuda, I got the new house or the daily reward house guest in ESO.
Nice.
Jester Anglador.
I like the costume.
Interesting.
Oh, the purple.
Lyranth in.
I love how we normally tell everybody what we're doing, and today we didn't.
I mean, they have eyes, presumably.
Exactly.
2,500. Darn.
And if you don't have eyes, how did you find us? I'm genuinely curious.
Oh, I mean, like, screen readers are a thing.
Oh, that's right. I saw a video of one of those recently.
And if for some reason you can't hear us, then I have no idea what you're doing here.
Seriously, if you can't hear us, what the fuck? We can say anything we want, but you can't you won't be able to know.
No doubt.
Oh. Oh. Come on, there we go. Open trapdoors. Oh, I was playing Minecraft a lot during my off time,
Yeah.
and I was getting terrible motion sickness playing it.
Oh?
Yeah, this is the first...
You tweeted about that, right?
Mm-hmm. I found out why I was getting motion sickness.
Hmm.
I was playing it in full screen.
Ah.
Because I don't often play it in full screen. I was like, since I'm not recording, go full screen. And 20 minutes in, the room is spinning and I want to be sick. It took me a while to realize it's because I'm in full screen. Like, I can play in windowed mode hours. I put it at the full screen, I'm dead in 20 minutes. It was just the weirdest thing that ever happened to me.
Huh.
I mean, I get motion sickness from video games pretty easily, so.
Like that's what made me think of it. Like how you got motion sickness with like what Skyrim and first-person shooters mostly. And like I've been trying to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played enough first-person shooters to really say anything about that, but definitely like Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind. You know, what do you know, the Elder Scrolls games, they give me motion sickness pretty bad.
I wonder if it has something to do with the field of view.
It might.
I know you can tweak that, so it might be worth trying to tweak it so you can play it.
At least in older Elder Scrolls games, you actually have to tweak it in the config files.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't think Skyrim has that anymore.
Yeah, I think that Skyrim you can just do in the settings.
Yeah. It might be worth checking out, so you can at least
Yeah, because
try it
Skyrim
for
is really good.
Mm-hmm.
They keep making
Skyrim
it,
is one
so...
of those...
The thing is, I don't like Skyrim as a place.
Oh, there's mods for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in Skyrim with mods.
I keep bringing this up every time Skyrim's constant re-releases get mentioned, but my all-time favorite Skyrim review is, man, fuck you, Todd. Anyway, here's your $19.99.
It's literally how it is.
Yeah. I still only own Old Rim, and I technically don't even own the DLCs. I just kind of had Dark give them to me.
I have owned Skyrim 5 ever.
I have
Like half
Old
the internet
Rim.
at this point.
It's gonna be like Doom, where it just comes packaged on computers.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I have Old Rim on my Xbox 360 and Special Edition on my Xbox One. And I'm sure when I get the Xbox, whatever the fridge is called, I will have the newest version of
Xbox
Skyrim.
Series.
And that's it. I couldn't remember what the fuck they were called.
Funny thing, for the release of the Xbox Series line, someone like Microsoft did actually make an Xbox Series X fridge.
No, I loved it too.
Okay, so why is it that modern gen consoles are just like a fridge and several kaiba?
Seriously.
It's more like a fridge and a Wi-Fi router.
Oh, yes, but
The hell?
hold on, I need to go look something up.
The PS5.
Like, hang on.
Kaiba's a great. That's a
I
good
make
one.
fun of the PS5 and Xbox Series, knowing full well I'm speaking to you through a computer that looks like an aquarium.
No, that is the superior gaming race, though. PC Master Race.
Yeah,
Trying to keep my
Because
PC
mods.
cool is an experience.
I've always wanted to have a water-cooled PC. You make it sound like I shouldn't want that anymore.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the water cooling for him. It just has everything to do with what he's doing with the PC.
And how many fucking cores I have.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it is such a Kaiba. I've never seen that before. Like, I've seen pictures where they put the dual disc next to it and have a quote from the
Oh
anime.
my god! Okay, that is actually perfect. I would have also accepted Polaris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The PS5 is just Seto Kaiba.
yeah, it is.
I got another
The world
pic.
we live in.
Yeah, don't let my experience dissuade you from water cooling. It's almost impossible to cool 16 tiny cores at all, let alone with liquid.
Yeah.
You're pushing that computer way beyond what it should be pushed.
Oh, I don't even have the highest core count CPU AMD makes. It's fucking 64 core Threadrippers out here that cost like 6,400.
Oof.
The first thing that came to my mind, and I know this is one of the worst things to say, is what do you do with 64 cores? But I mean, that's like asking somebody who owns a sports car, where do you drive that?
What do you do with 64 cores? Lots and lots of visual effects work and rendering.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about though, when
Mm-hmm.
people are talking about sports cars, and where do you even drive that? I don't know, to
It's
the
the
fucking
reaction
grocery
to something
store.
it's the common reaction to something that's awesome but pretty impractical.
Yeah.
Which is a trope.
Yes, that's why I said it.
Oh, nothing wrong with wanting more power.
Well, depends
It
on what you
gets
mean
to a
there.
point where you have enough power that your computer is a space heater. AKA me.
That's bad.
AMD says that these CPUs are designed to go all the way up to thermal limit. I still don't like it. I don't like seeing my CPU at 90 degrees, thank you.
Dark. I found the Arknight's equivalent of Canada.
Oh no.
Oh my! They just ripped that
Jesus.
straight from the name origin.
Wow.
Oh my god!
To be fair, the player faction is called Rhodes Island, and there are places called Victoria and Columbia, and
Yeah.
and the
Archetypes
planet
place names are a giant meme.
the planet is called Terra. So, yeah. Although I think, like, the equivalent of Western Europe is, like, completely fucking destroyed in Arknights. I don't remember.
I mean, yeah, sounds about right.
What is this song? Oh, it's Angelina. Yeah,
I
like,
really wonder if I should record the building I do in Minecraft and just like put it up as like a special episode, or just keep doing it off screen anyways. Or that's just a random thought.
I mean, if you want to, then go ahead.
Would it break the illusion that
I don't think anyone
Right.
has any illusions.
true. Just doing this because I'm bored.
Hmm.
That's 90% of my YouTube. I was bored one day and made a video. Like, I love how some YouTubers say they had a message they wanted to put out there. And it's just like, I got bored one day.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sun and Moon just got revealed and I was really bored.
And then you were looking to see why the Pokemon Insurgence wiki was down.
And now I'm a dev for the game.
Well, the game meaning Sardonyx, but
That's what I was
not
on.
Insurgents.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, fuck, that... Yeah, good point. Speaking of that, I finished all the cries. Regulating them, rather.
Neat. And we need the rest of the sound effects.
Over halfway done. Did you know there was over almost 2,000 cries in that folder?
I was aware, yes.
That is insanity.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Don't blame me. And the best part is, that's not all the cries. I had the batch to finish, plus you don't have the rest of Galar.
Yeah.
Onion head thing and the horses. Was that all that was added with the... Oh, and Urshifu.
With the, Okay, so the Sword and Shield DLCs had the Cub Fu line, the two Reggies, Calyrex and his horses. I feel like there's another one.
Zarude.
Zarude, yes. Thank you.
That's the one I always forget. They only had one mythical.
I kept my brain kept going to Zero Aura, and I was like, no, that's not that generation.
The other Z Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this before. That does not feel like a mythical Pokemon at all.
Which one?
Rude.
Eh.
The monkey.
Well, I disagree on the basis that mythical Pokemon don't really seem to feel like they have any sort of theme, except for sometimes they're cute.
Yeah. Speaking of mythicals, remember that shitty drawing I did last week?
Yeah.
I redrew it.
Nice.
Give me a second. And it has a name as well.
Ooh.
I didn't name it, my friend named it.
Ah.
It's a really good name. And it ties in the theme. Are these them? Yes. The white one is the shiny.
Okay. Ooh.
Cute.
Nice.
Better than the other one.
I will say that with... Okay, so... You have a similar... Not really a problem, but a minor issue that you had with the previous one, and that's that it is definitely not at the angle that Pokemon are usually drawn at.
I know, I went full side view on this one. Pokemon angle is so hard to get down. Did I do the opal correct in the forehead?
I didn't look. Oh, hang on.
Opals are hard to draw. Or color, rather.
I wouldn't say that there's a correct way to do it.
Okay. I mean the transition of color, because I wasn't sure how to do that properly.
I'm not sure. I don't really do that kind of thing.
I'm happy with it.
It's
A
cute.
lot more happy than I was with the other one.
It's
And
cute.
the Pokedex is actually good.
That is way too long to be a Pokedex entry.
All my Pokedex entries are a paragraph.
Jeez.
That's not gonna fly in game, but yeah.
No, I would. The Pokedex entry is mostly just for me.
Mm.
I would, if I ever would put this in a game, I would shorten it to probably. It is said that this Pokemon can change its form, blah blah blah. And I would have the myth about it and about Opal be like in-game flavor text.
Yeah, there are some technical issues with the Pokedex entry, but other than that, it's nice.
What do you mean technical issues? Where did I mess up?
I mean, like, you
Grammar-wise?
switch from using it to they, which comes across as kind of like pluralization and consistency. Most
Because there were more
Pokedex
than
entries
one.
don't use the second person pronouns.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
There's also like the very minor but important nitpick of you do not accent the E in Pokemon for some reason.
It's because I never did. It's
Also, like
it's-
some of the phrasing is clunky. Like in what is determined as the trickster form, that's kind of clunky phrasing. And also, there's like commas there that don't look like they're supposed to be there.
Any comma was put there, it wasn't me. That was the word processor doing it.
Also, like, I haven't actually used it in years, but I still remember the keystroke for the accented E.
I don't know it.
Alt 0233.
That
That's a lot.
wasn't even the keystroke for me. It was Alt 130. Nowadays, I just do hold Control and Shift, and then do an apostrophe and then an E because I can switch my keyboard layout.
See, this is why I've never put an apostrophe above the E, because the only way I know to do it is go to insert special character and draw it out. E.
Yeah, I've always used 0233.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you hit them all at once, or just like...
No. Hold
You hold
Alt,
Alt.
then 0, then 2, then 3, and then 3. On the keypad, not on the...
Yeah,
Up above.
that
Oh,
right
I
there.
don't have a keypad.
That right there was
Oh.
Alt 130 for me.
Same.
See, I don't have a keypad, so I can't do anything
Oh.
What
Well,
you
that
Both work.
sucks.
What you want to do though, is get an English International keyboard layout, and you'll be able to just switch between that.
Or I could just spell Pokemon without the accent mark.
But that would be misspelling it.
Can't you just make like some type of autocorrect rule?
Probably, I probably could actually. I
Yeah.
never thought of that. I'll look into actually doing that, because that is a lot better than doing it the wrong way for me. I've noticed with some Pokemon, they're drawn. Some are drawn like that slight angle towards the player.
Yep, that's
There
called
are
a
some
3/4 view.
Pokemon that are straight on too.
Yeah, those are rare and typically done to convey a sort of like personality to this Pokemon because, like, for example, a Pokemon will look much more menacing if you're looking at it from like head-on, slightly above angle, so that you can sort of see its eyes being pointed in a certain way. I don't know how to describe it.
Like Guzzlord, because Guzzlord is just one of those weird straight-ahead Pokemon.
Is it? I thought that was the 3/4.
The art I've seen of it's always head first. It might be in game 3/4.
No, I'm looking at its art, and it's definitely 3/4, slightly below to emphasize its size.
I was looking at like the art page that James Turner did for it, so that might be why I'm confused. Okay, yeah, and its official art it is cockeyed. Oh god, that's terrifying. I just saw the realistic version of it.
Oh god.
You know that one artist who does it?
Yeah.
This is really terrifying and really good at the same time.
That's how they tend to go.
I just don't agree with the artist's certain takes on some things. Like turning Garatina into a bug.
It is a bug, though. It's a centipede.
Bug. No?
Yeah, it's based on a
I would
centipede.
never have seen that. I would have never have seen that, pictured that. I can't believe they made a plush of Guzzlord. That's wild.
There's a plush of basically every Pokemon.
I mean,
Oh yeah, especially with the
I
mini
feel
ones,
like
they're
the anime made Guzzlord into enough of a meme to
it's
justify.
Yeah,
It just
very.
screams.
Not even Screech. It's just like a man yelling.
It's like the equivalent of Girl Race Cry.
I was about to
It
say,
really
did everyone
is.
get their Growaway this April?
Yeah, Guzzlord is just like a man screaming, and it's hilarious to me.
That's why I get that part of the joke, but God Lord, that's unnecessary.
It's an Ultra Beast, it doesn't have to make sense.
That is true.
Yep.
Really, like, I know this is probably never going to happen, but I hope there are more Ultra Beasts someday.
Yeah. The fan base had mixed opinions on them, which means that they're probably not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's understandable, the mixed opinions, but good Lord, did they add something to the game. Added mystery, you know?
Yeah.
No, the fact that there's mixed opinions means that they'll take the worst parts of the Ultra Beast and decide that that's what needs to be riffed on.
But just a terrible, broken ability.
Yeah.
You just get, like, a game that's all Ultra Beasts,
Oh, I would love it.
and you have Poipole as your starter.
Mm-hmm.
Because Poipole was designed to be, like, an Ultra Beast starter. Yeah.
That would make a good Legend-style game, I think, where you're part of that Ultra Recon Force, was it?
Ultra Recon Squad, and no, I disagree with that. I think that we should just be in, like, an Ultra Space thing, just natively, not part of any Ultra Recon Squad or anything.
Okay. Just want more Legend style.
Oh, yeah, but, like, it doesn't have to be Ultra Recon Squad.
Nah.
I like
Oh,
the Ultra Recon Squad in the manga.
I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike them. I'm saying that if we get a Legend-style game with Ultra Space, having the Ultra Recon
True.
Squad might just detract from it.
Maybe, yeah.
You know they'd be in it, but the question is, are we part of it?
I don't know that they would be in it.
So
Because-
we might not be in their version of Ultra Space.
Yeah, because, like, we could just be in some parallel world, because there do exist humans in Ultra Space.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, weren't they humans who just evolved differently?
I don't know.
What?
I'm thinking about Cartana's thing.
Oh,
And
right.
there
it
were,
was
like, legit
caretakers
people
in the
there.
garden. Yeah.
So, did like the places where people lived in Ultra Space really suck for the people as much as they did in the manga?
We don't know. I think we've seen people in
Oh.
Ultra Space a total of twice.
Oh,
Some Ultra dimensions were basically like hellscapes, though.
Yeah.
Most of
man,
them were all
Zerkatries,
hellscapes.
though.
Oh, that was so awesome.
I was even like concerned. Like, is that lightning gonna hit the player?
That was a spectacle of an encounter.
Yeah. What is Guzzlord's Ultra Space like? Because I never really got there.
Oh, it's a destroyed Alola. It's Alola if their nuclear bomb went off, basically.
Okay.
so 3 Mile Island.
It's the wasteland, and there's a human there who tells you that Guzzlord's been here trying to clean up the world.
Mm.
All the humans have left for other places. Just like certain people stayed behind. It's a really good lore text. It makes Guzzlord not out to be an evil, demonic-looking eldritch creature. It's nice. Glorified janitor. That's the truth.
The four
Maybe that
Pokemon.
one Gus Lord in Sun Moon got carried away with his job.
Yeah.
You mean I wasn't supposed to eat that person? Oops.
That was a wild season of the anime. Sun and Moon, that entire thing, that was a... I just wonder what they're going to do for Scarlet and Violet. Are they going to like go back to the traditional or keep on like what Journeys has?
I'm
What?
still trying
Oh.
to. I'm still trying to figure out what they're gonna do with Ash should he beat Leon in Journeys.
I know, what was the one from X and Y? Elaine?
Elaine.
Elaine? He's in it too, so I expect him to win with Charizard beating Greninja again. Oh, that was... Yeah, they just showed the roster of all the 8 hot tops. Elaine was part of it. Elaine, Diantha, Steven, Ash, Leon, Lance, Diantha.
You said Diantha.
I guess Cynthia then. I'd have to find the picture. Give me a second.
So basically, all the champions and the
And
champion-like characters, and then Ash.
Yeah.
I guess that would explain it.
Give me a second. I know it's on my Twitter, my personal Twitter feed. Unless that was a thing that just popped up. Oh no, it was a thing. Okay, I remember who tweeted it too. It was one of those.
You know, I have to keep reminding myself that Ash did not, in fact, fight Lance in the Orange Islands, and that was some other dragon trainer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Come think about it. He never has
Also, earlier I
fought the
was
Lance yet.
specifically referring to the Ultra Megalopolis when I
Ah.
said a really shitty place to exist.
Honestly, in the game, it's just a glorified hallway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks.
It's like this image is floating around for the anime with the champion battle thing.
Ah,
Who's going to be facing off with who? Oh, Iris. That's the one I was missing.
Ah,
it. Iris managed to get into the top 8? Huh.
apparently.
That's interesting, because considering Ash already fought her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which means that he's probably not going to fight her again, because that would be boring.
Yeah.
I just hope there is the Alon Ash rematch.
I kind of hope so.
Yeah.
But the question is he going to get his ass kicked again, or is he finally going to get some catharsis and actually win? He can face.
I doubt they're gonna have Ash lose again.
Yeah, because honestly, his first loss was kind of bullshit. Because didn't the battle get interrupted?
No.
No, he just lost to Charizard for no goddamn reason.
Okay.
Plot armor.
I'm thinking of something where like a battle got interrupted and kind of robbed Ash of victory.
I'm not sure what you're thinking of then.
I don't remember that. I know shortly after, like the ceremony giving Alon the trophy was interrupted by Lysander with Zygarde.
I remember that. I remember also that Lysander was really confused about Ash. Because Ash was clearly displaying protagonist syndrome, and Gladion even picked up on it in the next season.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of one of those people who doesn't mind the fact that Ash lost against Alon. Although I think the plot would have worked a bit better if Ash did win.
Yeah, it's like I felt I was a really big X and Y fan. Like that was my favorite season of the anime.
So, like, the only reason why I'm upset that Ash lost is because this is the first XYZ was the first series where Ash really knew what he was doing. And to be robbed of a win like that is... It doesn't reward him for the hard work that he put in, because he did put in a lot of hard work in that series.
Mm-hmm. He did everything right.
Yes.
And still lost.
Yes.
Mind you, I'm also partly forgiving of Ash in that season, considering what happened in Black and White. So
yeah,
Black and White was
not
Black
like
and White's champion battle.
Gen 6 Ash. Gen 6 Ash was intelligent, and he should have won, basically for that reason, because it would have shown character growth.
Exactly. And you could have had him going back to being his dipshit self for Sun and Moon.
Yeah. Like, sure, give Ash a skill reset every season. Or every series. I don't care. But at least let him win when he's actually doing good.
Like, you know what would have been perfect?
What?
Ash to win in X and Y. Him going into a Lola with his cocky, surefire, I'm the champion attitude and getting his ass handed to him. And have him start from scratch.
And didn't that basically happen in Gen 5?
Gen 5 had some weird shit with Zekrom making Pikachu lose all its power.
Yeah. And then he lost to a level 5 Snivy.
I mean, that's just bad writing.
That is.
Yeah.
But that's just, we need an excuse to make Ash suck again.
Yeah.
Bad writing? Nothing new in the Pokemon anime.
I forgot you were here.
I got absorbed in something else.
Yeah, like, I only really agree with that with Black and White in particular. There are just some things in that season that are inexcusable.
Yeah. Gen 4 was also a good anime, it's just I kind of stopped watching it.
Fucking Tobias.
No, because I lost the ability to watch it.
I'm just saying, fuck Tobias.
Yeah, thank God you stopped on a good season, skipped the bad season, and then resumed on a good season.
Yeah.
It's interesting. From what I'm hearing here, Gen 5 anime bad, but Gen 5 games really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to see the best example of how bad Black and White's anime is, go watch Ash fight Eliza.
The duality of Pokemon.
Also,
Just
like
watch that
from,
episode and then find a ball to bash your head against when you're done.
aside from me absolutely hating the, Black as a character, the Gen 5 manga was really good too. It's just that Black as a character was just the worst.
No, I assume that was the protagonist.
Yeah.
Well, like,
one of the deuteragonists.
Yeah, the Pokemon manga names all the protagonists after the games. Gen 8 has some hilarious ones.
Yeah. So, God, So in Japanese, the Gen 8 protagonists of the manga are Sodo Tsurugi, which is really funny because Tsurugi means sword. So his name is Sword.
Okay.
And the other one is named Shield Amelia Tate. In the Viz release, I believe they are Henry Sword and Casey Shield.
Oh, that's.
Henry Sword.
Oh, God. I get coming up with names is hard. I understand that as someone who writes. Come on.
Henry Sword.
At that point, you might as well just name them Victor Sword and Warrior Shield.
Seriously. With the canon names.
Yeah. Like, the manga is allergic to the canon names, so...
Yep.
I mean, you say that, but we still have red, blue, and green.
They don't really count.
And also, like, which one is green and which one is blue really depends on who you ask.
Yep.
Oh.
Like,
So, in the original Japanese, the rival, the Gary Oak character was, I believe, blue. No, he was green. He was green. And the female was blue. When Viz got hold of it, they swapped those names. So now the Gary character was blue.
To be fair, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily that Viz changed it, as it is that in the West there is no green, so it doesn't make sense to name the main rival after green because green does not exist.
That's why a lot of people call the female protagonist for Gen 1 and Fire Red and Leaf Green just Leaf.
Yeah. Yep. Even though Leaf and Green are not the same person.
This is what was going to make me bring up the fact that, again, pretty much anything to do with Gen 1 is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Amen.
On a similar note, that, like, Chris and Lyra are also not the same character. Despite filling the same role.
And also, this discussion brings up the fact that the whole Green and Leaf thing is really funny because in the Fire Red Leaf Green arc of the manga, what do you know? They had female Green dressed up like Leaf, and that makes way more sense than if she's named Blue, like in the Japanese version.
Nice. Also, didn't you say that there's like the Pokemon manga Reddit refers to green and blue in very specific ways?
Yeah. So, like, I'll just type it out because it's funny. Do it like that, and nobody's confused.
Yep. So for viewers who can't see, he typed green M, green F, blue M, blue F.
And the fans have to do that because of the difference in localization.
So, like, I imagine that the common way is to do, like, green M, blue F, or green F, blue M. But what if someone just does green M and green F?
You see, I don't think anybody would bat an eye because they all just know what that means. And I would assume people do that just to be shitheads. I would.
Yeah, it sounds like something that both you and I would do.
Meanwhile, I just combined them into teal just to confuse people.
Teal M and Teal F.
But I just really like the manga. Speaking of, I think there's a new chapter out that I have forgotten about.
Interesting to note thing that I just thought of. Before Gen 5, Gen 1 was technically the only Pokemon generation with 4 games.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now there is Gen 5 and Gen 7.
Yep.
Although to be fair to Gen 5 in particular, the second set of games are almost entirely different in terms of story.
Yeah. And then you have Gen 7 where the climax is different. Because I am convinced that the only reason the climax is different is because they couldn't figure out which one they wanted to do. Prove me wrong.
I mean, I don't think that's possible because none of us are part of Game Freak.
Yeah. Which means I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Uncle works at Game Freak.
Yeah.
What was that, Phoenix?
I know a guy who knows a guy whose uncle works at Game Freak.
Ah. Yes.
Does that guy, can that guy actually prove which of these star leaks is real?
None
I
of
can
them.
prove that for you. None of them are.
Okay.
Because this is something I'm glad you brought up. Because the artists behind those came forward saying they're mine, and no one, it was just glossed over, and all the Pokemon YouTubers are going gaga over that stupid dragon.
My favorite part about the Fuecoco leak, at least, is that you can see the magnifying glass cursor in it.
Mm-hmm. Come on, people. If you're going to make a fake leak, be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part is the artist said they were going to make another drawing to prove that they're the ones in the same style. And they made a watered ground type Diglett based off a geyser.
Oh, was that what it was?
Diglett?
I kind of...
Biglet.
I liked it a lot.
I don't know, I prefer Diglett with lots of G's.
No, but Biglet actually sounds like it could be a regional evolution. Because literally what they do is they change like 1 or 2 letters.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plink.
Well, no, I'm talking about like Corsola to Cursula and Farfetch'd to Surfetch'd.
I mean, in this case, it'd be more like Meowth to Berserker.
Right.
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, that's...
I'm talking about the name. Because Biglet legitimately could be a regional evolution for Diglett.
That does not disprove my point.
I think we're making completely different points is the problem.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're saying it operates like a regional evolution, except that's exactly what Berserker is.
She's saying that regional evolutions tend to have those silly names.
Yes. I'm not talking about, like, the mechanics of the regional evolution. I'm not talking about how it can it can go into Biglet instead of Dugtrio. I'm talking about how regional evolution names are just fucking silly.
And that aspect, then yeah. Although I don't exactly see them calling it Biglet.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying they could, and nobody would bat an eye.
It also doesn't help that I kind of who actually want it for some dumb reason.
I really liked it as well. It was If you're going to make a regional design of Diglett, besides making it Fabio, how can you do it? And the geyser idea kind of worked. I thought it was cute. And like,
Yeah, I guess it would have to be a regional evolution of Diglett. Because how would you do that kind of thing with Duck Trio?
Yeah.
Like, the artist came forward saying, this is mine, and everyone glossed over it.
Yeah.
And it's like all the Pokemon YouTubers are going spastic over it.
Yeah, they're
Like-
getting
Mhm.
just getting excited over the wrong thing.
I thought it was pretty clear that Fuecoco evolution was fake.
Ever since Sun and Moon, people have liked doing that, like, confidential concept art leak thing. It's stupid, but what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't that been around forever, though?
Yes, but the thing is that in Sun and Moon, it was real.
And in Black and White.
Did Black and White have that too?
Yeah, with the starters.
Ah.
No one believed that they were real, and they were. I guess that works.
Meanwhile, somewhere in the Sea of Lies is the truth.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be the most batshit insane one that's actually true.
Yeah. It's just fun to see people freak out about obviously fake things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't like the YouTubers who are covering it as if it's the word of God.
Yeah.
Rowlet.
God damn it, Dark.
Big Lord. I love it!
It took me 15 minutes to come up with that. I am the worst.
And you get on me for dumb puns.
Hey, because I know a dumb pun when I see one. I am the source of 80% of this group's dumb puns.
Yep.
That was a good one, though. I'm usually allergic to dumb puns. That was a good one.
I mean, it helps that we're talking about Pokemon names here.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Hey, at least it's not Dragon Quest. I mean, I'd love the puns in Dragon Quest, but oh boy.
The thing about Dragon Quest, though, is that if you're not playing it for the camp, what are you doing?
That's true.
Yeah.
Then they go out and make the campiest character in, like, any JRPG in Dragon Quest XI. Then all of a sudden he gets, like, the best character development. Like, he was so campy that a lot of people were, like, initially offended by his existence. Because they thought that he would be just another, gay stereotype in a JRPG. But then all of a sudden, he was really cool and one of the best written characters in fiction.
Nice.
Like, on the topic of camp and JRPGs, it is one of the reasons that I will forever shill for Shadow Hearts. Shadow Hearts is full of camp, and I love it for it. Do you want a guy who makes weapons out of a katana hilt and any random large thing he finds lying around? Frank.
Yeah, so Dragon Quest 11 has the party character Sylvando.
Oh my god.
And
That is...
yeah. And like his talking style is like that full Zsa Zsa Gabor affect. You know. I can't even mimic it right now.
Basically, it's a miracle they got away with making a character like this.
Yes. But then they gave him just like this incredibly deep backstory, and yeah, it's just so good.
I don't care if characters are walking stereotypes as long as they're well-written characters.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he is so well written that it's ridiculous.
Unfortunately, most walking stereotypes are not well written.
Nope.
Oh, hey, here's an image of another. Oh, nope, I can't get that image. Why not? Fine. What if I go to the website?
Come on, stupid ants. I don't know what's worse, placing fences or placing glass panes.
Pains.
Here's another one of his costumes.
It really made him look like a peacock.
Yes.
I like that. But the thing is, it's not untasteful either. It's in taste.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he is first introduced, or actually not even just when he's first introduced, like for a while, he really does feel like an in bad taste character.
Hmm.
It's only once you get to like the second third of the game that you realize, holy shit, this guy's amazing.
Good writing right there.
To give you an idea of the camp
That
in
said, there
Shadowheart,
are actually hints. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to read the part of the wiki article for Frank. First encountered at Arkham University, Frank joins the party in hopes of hoping to learn more about Professor Gilbert. He is a skilled ninja, which he became after the airplane he was traveling in crashed near a remote ninja village in the rainforests of Brazil.
What?
What the
Highly
fuck?
eccentric, Frank fights to preserve America's freedom.
Okay.
I
Oh, they
fucking
just
love
threw
this game.
words in a blender and just said, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's Shadowhearts.
Oh my god, that's batshit insanity.
The games are freaking ridiculous.
Apparently, geez.
But yeah, the thing with Sylvando is, I say that he only really gets really interesting in the second third of the game, but there are hints in his first introduction that he's more than he appears. And nothing is made of those little hints until later on, and it's so good.
I gotta respect good writing like that. It looks like a smelter. Oh my god, that last hour went fast.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, might be a good place to wrap it up. This was an excellent episode.
Yeah. We were quiet
We
during
covered-
times, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We were more talkative than last week.
Yeah.
Then I disappeared for like an hour.
Don't worry, like Giga talks less than you do. Unless we're talking about something like
Case in
Pokemon.
point.
Yeah. So if this is going to be a good place to wrap it up, anybody want to say anything before we close?
I don't have anything.
Play Arknights.
Go check out everything in the description below. All links are great to follow, especially ones that lead you to play Sardonyx.
Yeah.
Go and play Protochroma because we haven't talked about that in a while.
Yep. Spring should be starting soon-ish.
It means I gotta make a video on it.
Yeah.
And with all that said, this has been Black Phoenix with the Ragnarok Raven crew for another Foxfire Podcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.